You. Welcome back to another episode 2, MMU Podcast. Thank you for joining me.
Got associates that I would never call my homies. If they got close enough to me, they would be plotting on me. Staring at you while you eating, they be so hungry. Thinking that it's ravioli when it's macaroni. Got love for my brother, knowing he would die for me. He like Qui-Gon Jinn, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. High levels of dopamine and serotonin. She become a social butterfly at the ceremony. She might tell you that she wanna be your one and only. Next thing you know, she gon' hit you with the okey dokey. Trying to catch a bird, never did nothing for me. She a roll runner and see I'm no Wally Coyote. I don't trust another nigga far as I could throw him.
And welcome back to the MMU Mind Made Up Podcast. I am your host, Al Ramsey, and tonight I have a very special guest I want to introduce to you. But before we get started, as always, I want to start it off with a quote. Today's quote comes from Nikki Giovanni, and it reads, "Everything in life will change. The only question is it growing up or decaying?" So look at your friend, your girlfriend, your partners, everybody in your circle, and ask yourself, is this person growing or are they decaying? Are they an anchor towards your success or are they pulling you closer to it? Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight is someone I'm very excited to introduce to you. This is someone I met way back in the 9th grade, which was like 13 years ago, which is crazy to say. But this is someone who in my hometown of Daytona Beach, Florida, I would definitely consider to be a legend, simply because of the quality of work he and his team have put out on a consistent basis. This is someone who has shot the music video for more rappers than I knew existed where I'm from. He and his team have put out not one but 2 films that were released in theaters, one of which being a documentary about the city of Daytona Beach entitled The Other Side of the Bridge. Along with the success he has achieved in his hometown, he's starting to build his brand up in Texas, and I know this is only the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I'm referring to, the man behind the lens, none other than 100,000 Arts' own, Jared Thompson. Jared, what's good?
What's going on, man? I appreciate that.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for joining me, man, for real. If I'm being honest, man, when I first decided to have a podcast, you were one of the first people that came to mind that I was thinking like, damn, I got to interview, bro, because you've been putting out so much work for such a long period of time. Like, man, I got to interview my dog.
Oh, man, I'm honored, bro. Real shit. I'm really honored.
For sure, man. So today, the theme of tonight's show is going to be, if I can, then you can, all right? And the reason why I picked that, Jared, because I hear you a lot saying that to other people. I remember right before the movie, the documentary had dropped, you had an interview at a radio station. I can't remember with who.
Daytona, I believe, 94.1.
Yeah, there you go. I think it was like the night of the showing or like the day before or something like that. You guys were promoting it. Yeah. And you had, you know what I'm saying? You were just promoting to other people like, yo, bet on yourself. The same way I'm having a movie in the theaters and I'm from Daytona, I'm from the same place you guys are from, y'all can do the same thing. And that really stood out to me because it's fucking true.
Yeah, for sure. Dang, that's crazy you said that because that's I know for sure that, you know, that's a factor. That's something that we don't really consider when we're watching whoever we're watching getting their praise or their accolades. We're not considering the fact that, you know, don't just think that that's for other people. Like, this is for you as well. Whatever it is you want to do, that's you you're watching. You know, I feel like it's really good for people to look at things that way.
For sure, man. And for me, what it's done was just you know what I'm saying, shining to the level that you have risen your career and your platform to. It made me believe in myself more too, because this is a nigga from my generation, you know what I'm saying? Me and Jared was in school together. This is my dog, you feel me? And seeing him like as a grown man, you know what I mean, maneuvering how he's maneuvering. I'm like, damn, I couldn't do nothing but salute you and honestly look up to you, bro. And like I said, man, I'm very appreciative for you coming on the show tonight, bro. But for those that are listening, they don't know who you are, man. Go ahead and tell them who Jared is for those that don't know.
Hey, well, I'm Jared Thompson. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm 27 years old currently. Man, I'm a videographer. I would say director, but above all of that, I feel like I'm an artist. And being an artist is completely different. I believe you're an artist when you care about your work more than you care about the money.
Hey.
And that I feel like, you know, that's gonna separate you from everyone else. You know, with your individual style, with your podcast. You know, the artist in you is not gonna settle just for for views or for ratings or just, you're never gonna settle. You're constantly gonna feel like you can do better. It's not up to the people to judge your work. It's you. You're your biggest judge of your work, your biggest critic, and that's pretty much that's who I am. I'm just somebody with a vision, and things just kind of start rolling out on their own. Once you really get your feet in the sand of what you love to do, I feel like things just start rolling on their own. You got to follow your heart, follow the signs, follow your instincts, and that's what I've been doing, and that made me who I am right now. And I still got a long way to go, but yep, that's it.
For sure, man. That's what's up. So let me ask you, bro, what were you doing before, like, the camera and everything? Before you found that camera, like, what were you up to? What was the mindset? And then how did you find the camera and the love for it?
Well, to say the least, I would say I was lost at one point in time, for sure, just like a lot of people, and people still currently are, maybe, you know, working certain jobs that they don't want to work. They don't really know where their life is headed. And, you know, we're all in the same boat in that category, and I want people to know that's not a foreign feeling for people. Like, that is pretty universal. And, I would say I was pretty lost one point in time. Started messing with some things in my environment, and started to get kind of sucked into the streets a little bit. Mm-hmm. I was able to get pulled out at a certain time by my father, who kind of packed me up and headed me to Texas to work in the oil field. So I was working in the oil field, was able to save up some money, and once I saved up a certain amount of money, I was actually rapping. In my spare time, I would write music and, you know, rap, and I went to shoot a video in New York City with an uncle of mine that I've never met in my life. His name's Alex. Black Wolf Imaging. That's his company. He shot my video for a slice of pizza, basically saying, you know, it's on the love. He shot the video. It had such good quality. I posted it on my Facebook back in the day.
What video was it?
It's called Trying to Make It.
Okay.
It's not something I look back on and, you know, be like, damn.
Is that the one I think you, like, sitting at a bar or some shit?
Yeah, that's the one.
I remember that one. You had the grill and everything.
Everything. So, I posted the video, and the response that it got from back home made me realize, like, they're like, man, they're freaking out. They're thinking, you know, I'm about to blow and doing this and that, come out of nowhere with this. And I realized that we did not have that quality of video back home to make people take us serious. So once I realized that, I got back to Texas. I called my uncle. I said, hey, I need a list of everything you use to shoot my video because I have some money saved up, and I know what I need to invest in. I know what time it is. So he gave me the list of the things. Me and my partner at the time, Cody Berry, CJ, we did our research on the equipment. We just got cashed out, literally, like cashed out, and sent everything to him. Things went south in the oil field for me. The oil field crashed, and so I packed up, went back to Florida, started learning the equipment, and ever since then, man, it was off to the races. And you know, the people could really push you too. Like, the people just really kind of pushed me, and you know, once you start putting yourself out there, once you start taking yourself serious, man, everyone takes you serious. Like, it's not even a game. Like, once you start taking yourself serious as an artist, if you're a rapper or a videographer and you constantly posting just you and your shoes and your, you know what I mean, your everyday little stuff, and you're not posting your work, no one's gonna take you serious. They're not gonna want to book you. They're not gonna want to like tune into you. They're not gonna pay attention to your movement. But on the other hand, if you're posting constant material, just your work, and you rarely post stuff about personal stuff, it's going to have the complete opposite effect. They're going to say, this guy's serious, he's a professional. professional. This is what he does. This is all he wants you to know about him. Like, this is it. And yeah, man, that's what I was doing before I picked up the camera. I was actually working the oil field job, maybe about damn near up to 200 hours a week sometimes.
Damn.
Yeah. Actually, that's not even possible. But damn near.
That's what it felt like.
Bi-weekly. Yeah, no, it definitely felt like that. But bi-weekly, I would say almost up to about 200 hours. I'm making really good money out here, man. In the oil field, you get unlimited hours. You come out here to work. That's it. They pay you good. And but man, that's not everything, you know. So actually, I turned down a lot of money to do what I love, and I don't regret a thing, man. Sometimes I struggled a whole lot with this, a whole lot. Like, man, nothing to eat, stomach empty as hell, you know, not knowing what I'm gonna do, but I know I believed in myself. I knew I would come out of it eventually, and man. It's like an up and down thing, and it's just something I wouldn't recommend to anyone unless they really believe in themselves, because it'll break you.
Yeah, man. I already know, man. I love that. I love that you said that. I wanna go back a little bit though, to talk about sort of like when you were saying lost, because I think here at the MMU Podcast, man, my hopes and my wishes are for a younger audience, someone that's in that stage of their life where they're feeling like they're lost, to tune in and dial in so they can hear these stories of people who kind of found what it was they needed to do and believed in themselves and took a chance. So I wanted to go back to where you said you were lost, because there's a time, man, when I was in high school, and I would say I was lost from fucking 7th grade till my junior year in high school. That's when I really took a look at myself and like, yo, if I don't chill the fuck out, I'm not going to be around when I'm 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even wilding as hard as some of my classmates and some of my homies was. But I wanted to ask you, yo, was there a certain point? No, you know what? I wanted to ask you two things. While you were in that phase of your life where you described it as being lost, were there ever voices in your head like you knew you weren't like living up to what you could be, or was it kind of like, yo, it is what it is for now, or what was it like?
There was no voices in my head telling me that, to be honest with you. But it's like I was almost expecting the worst. Like I knew I was gonna go to jail eventually. Like I was really settling for a minimum life. Like it was kind of just like, you know, just going with the flow, man, and not, you know, when you lost, you're lost. It's not like you lost, but you know where you need to go. It's not like that. Like when you're lost, you're lost. People might know where you need to go or what you need to do, or they might think they do, and they can tell you, but you don't see that stuff. You know, you just going with the flow, man. And it got to the point, like, to where, you know, I'm just settling for little money, and not just little money, just like we talking dirty money or just illegal stuff, and that's just not. You know, that I feel like I've always been better than that, and I feel like everybody's really better than that if they apply themselves.
Facts,
you know,
man.
take certain steps and have certain people in their lives to kind of show them their value, because we don't know. Everyone says know your value and know your worth, and man, if you don't have nobody showing you your value, where you gonna get that from? You know what I'm saying? Like you need people out there to show you your value. You don't just reveal that to yourself. I mean, it has to come from somewhere else. It has to come from love, from your parents, or from someone, significant other, from grandma. Somebody has to show you your value. We're not just born knowing that stuff. So I felt pretty let's say I didn't feel very valuable. So I was doing a lot of crazy things. I was maybe the worst couple of like robberies, you know, like firearms and you know, stuff like that, man, and just really about man, I'm talking about like how you put it, I dodged a bullet, put it like that, you know what I mean? Like, man, I was really on my way downhill, and a lot of my friends, they really went downhill, and man, this camera really saved me, saved my life, saved my partner's life, Jodeci Da Vinci, which we're not actually partners at the moment. He's doing his thing right now on his own, and he's making his mark. But it saved our lives, man, and just being lost at the end of the day, man, for anyone who's listening to this, and you're lost, and you don't know what you're going to become, and you don't know, I'm telling you, you just really have to keep a positive mindset out here, because, and play the wait, you almost got to play the waiting game. If you let that negativity get a hold of you, it won't let you go. Like, it will not let you go.
It won't. And I'm going to add on to that. I'm going to say for anybody that's lost, you know what I'm saying? Just like you, I'm not sure what the exact moment was or situation, but eventually you went from being lost to searching for the way. So you took control, as I did in my own way. You know what I mean? There has to come a point in time where the inner child of you has to wake up and be like, yo, I'm creating my future right now. And you got to take control and decide what you want your shit to look like.
100%. 100%. It's not just gonna fall out the sky, but it will. It will. But you have to take the signs and you have to do your part. You know, you can't just let the ideas. That's the thing about ideas, man. And if you leave them in your head, they just stay as ideas. These things, you'll never know if it'll work. So you just have to do your part at the end of the day. Like your podcast, you got to think about it. It don't matter how it came about. Sorry about this. Sorry about the bag that I'm just.
Oh no, you good, bro.
It doesn't matter about the. It's like it damn near doesn't even matter about the opportunity if you're not smart enough to know how to seize the moment. You know what I mean? And how to take advantage of it. It don't even matter. You have opportunities around you all day, every day. And if you don't do your part, that you're going to miss the bus.
You're going to miss it, man. And not only that, man, the universe is alive. This earth that we live in and that we live on is a living thing, right? We are all electric energy. So the universe is going to talk back to you. You putting in a certain energy, well, those frequencies will return to you in that same way. So you might be lost, but you might start trying to do whatever it is, rap, whatever. The universe, you keep putting in that work, you know what I mean? Even if the work is only searching for what it is. So you trying a bunch of things. The universe is going to talk back to you and show you what you need to be doing and what's going to be a better way for you or a better route for you. But you got to start. You got to start searching, you know what I mean?
I never looked at it like that. I never heard anyone say that. And man, come to think about it, that is so true. And that inspires me even more because I'm not where I want to be right now. And I'm getting close to it mentally, and I feel like once you're, like you said, as long as you have that type of that mindset, it's like the world will start speaking to you, and it'll start showing you the signs. You got to stay on your grind, really, and you got to believe in it. If you don't believe in it, it's not happening. I promise you. For
real, that's no doubt. You gotta visualize yourself already there. I wanted to ask you though, because you said you're not where you want to be, but I mean you've come a long way. You're to the point now where I feel like overall as a company, 100,000 Arts, the videos and everything, it seems like you all have a formula to where things are being dropped like clockwork. Like, you know, somebody probably reaches out to you guys through your marketing, whatever, you schedule it, blah, blah, blah. I remember I hit you up one time and it was laid out very professionally, like what was going on. But it wasn't always like that. So I wanted to ask you, what are some of those early struggles that you faced?
Man, those are, so first off, to start off, these early struggles, for whoever's listening, you will not skip these. Do not skip them. Like, you have to learn. Who tells you what? You have to experience these on your own. And so some of my early struggles were, I would say, some of my early struggles. That's hard to put a. You know what I mean? Because there's such good lessons. Like me, I started out doing videos. Really, okay. Early struggle right here for you. It'll be mistaking. This is one of the biggest struggles that I had. I just overcame this probably about not less than a few months ago. I just realized this, and this has been a struggle. But I guess it kept me grounded in a way. Is mistaking the rowdiness, that everyone getting riled up about you and your company and your business and the support. Is mistaking that for your friends and your family. I put my friends and family on hold, like my real friends and family on hold, and I was basically blinded by the light. And the whole time, I really thought I was aware of that, you know, all the fake stuff, or like, you know, all the... That
fake love.
All that. Yes, man. And you know, all love is good. Don't get it twisted. But once you start basically once you're in it, man, and you're in those lights, it's really man, man, I felt so dumb. Like, this is about a month or two ago, man. It made me so antisocial with everybody that supported my movement, and, you know, that supported me. And that, like, I started to realize, because I've moved away from where I initially started. And, man, it just kind of made me really distant. And I started to realize, man, like, it's not about you in particular, unless this is your friends or family we talking about, but it's not about you in particular. It's about your wave at the moment. It's about what you're doing for them at the moment. Yep. It's about, you know, it's about the moment. And I appreciate everything leading up to the moment, but do not forget my early struggle. I say my biggest early struggle is that I mistake the real treasure to be the moment and not the journey. The journey is the real treasure.
Well, you sound like J. Cole right now, boy.
Oh yeah, man, and I probably heard him say that. You know what I mean? I can't.
That's some real shit,
not verbatim. You know what I mean? But you when you mistake that journey, or when you mistake the moment for the treasure, it's gonna let you down every time. It's gonna let you down every time because it's always what's next. You got to realize those times that you struggle, the times that you struggle yourself, Alec, and that you and when you're wondering, man, what's my next move with this podcast, man? This ain't moving right for me, man. All that is a part of it. That's the beauty. That's what's gonna make you different from anybody else with a podcast. Is your journey at the end of the day. It don't matter who got the most followers. It don't matter who got the most accolades. Your journey is different than that person's. So yours is special on its own. Everybody's journey is special. Once you learn to appreciate that, man, you got to enjoy the ride. It's not the moments. The moments is what everybody else is like hyped up about.
Right.
You need to be hyped and in love with your journey.
Yeah, with the process.
Exactly. That's my earliest. I feel like that's my earliest struggle.
That's dope, man. And I heard J. Cole say that. That's why I said it. J. Cole said that.
Okay.
You know, he thought that the destination or the end point was where the goal was, right. But really it was the journey that really was. That's what we're searching for. We're all searching for that. You know, once I get this, then I'll be able to. But it's really in that path to success where that happiness is. And you know, when I heard him say it, I really sat and thought about it for a while, and it makes you, once you understand that and you kind of embody that, you try to become more present in the spot that you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Through your daily grinds, you try to look for those accomplishments and those little goals that you've accomplished through your daily grind while you're on your way to your ultimate destination. And once you become happy and content with that, and you're aware and you're present, then that's when you have your happiness, because even if you don't get to that goal, you're enjoying the ride. You know, you appreciate everything that comes with it.
For sure, bro. For sure. And you just gave it, and I'm telling you that is some of the best advice any artist, I'm not gonna lie, for one, it's universal, but artists in particular, man, we're always comparing ourselves to who we're looking up to or who's bigger. But man, once you switch that focus to yourself and your journey and enjoying your journey, not only are you still going to reach your goals, if not all of them that you set, but you're actually going to not be depressed along the ride. Mm-hmm. That's the big part. You're not going to get burnt out. You're not going to burn yourself out. So yeah, that's deep. I love that topic.
Yeah, man, because this entrepreneurship grind, bro, this shit is really a grind. Like, a job is literally the easy way out. You got a guaranteed check. All you got to do is show up. And your boss hanging that paycheck over your head every 2 weeks is what keeps you motivated. But when you got to motivate yourself every day to be disciplined, wake up early, do them little tasks that you know need to be done, and you're the only one holding yourself accountable, you can choose to fuck off your money and go eat good, or you can keep it in the budget like it's supposed to be. You can choose to sleep in late or do that reading or working out, whatever it is. That shit is really a challenge, and you really, if you stick in there though, I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna become, because it's happening to me right now, I'm becoming a better person by relying on myself.
I can see it, man. I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you, man, because honestly, we haven't spoken in so long that now I hear you. This is the way I'm speaking to you, and it's like, wow, man, you really doing this, like you know what I mean? And that's amazing, bro. I'm really proud of you.
Nah, bro, I appreciate it. And like I said, man, seeing you do your thing has enabled me, and I'm sure it's enabled a lot of others to get their light shining. Cause bro, like we all graduated around the same time. You know what I'm saying? And
man.
we come from a small city where everybody knows everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If one, it doesn't matter what side of town I have. If one nigga dies, bro, that was known, everybody know. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? So we're all connected in a way. And to see you do that, bro. When we were kids and we used to listen to like Styx and Keach and stuff like that, and those were like our legends for Daytona, like to see you put yourself in that, and not even through rapping, is amazing to me, bro. And it's a salute because I remember how you were in high school, bro. You was a hood nigga, but you could chill with anybody. Like I would see you with the skaters, and then I see you with the niggas that are from the slums, and you get the same type of love. And I'm like, to see you put that into your work, bro, is like, I'm like, damn, bro, I got to get on my shit even more. Or it was just a reminder to keep going for me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I really appreciate that, dog. And sometimes we say we appreciate it and thank you, but we as in me, sometimes we don't really even believe it. Like, you know, we're like, man, nah, no way. You know, you just try to like, nah, like that ain't real. But it's real. I know it's real, and I need to start appreciating it more. And that's for the listeners. I want you guys to know when you have genuine people like this telling you what inspired them, you might have inspired them. Do not take it lightly, because I mean, you take it light. You be humble about it, but do not take it lightly. Like, remind yourself that you deserve to hear that. He's not just going to tell you this. This man isn't going to just call me for the interview on his podcast. He's not going to just tell you this for no reason. So I really appreciate it, bro. For real.
No doubt, bro. So, you know, talking about the things that you've done, man, the fact that like you had 2 movies. I was on the West Coast when the first one came out, Salt Life, and I want to talk about that. But the fact that you had 2 movies, you know, drop in theaters, that shit is unreachable to some people. But, you know, the way you speak on it and the way you kind of show the path of how to get there, you make it seem attainable to all of us. So I wanted you to go ahead and talk about Salt Life, the movie, how that came about, who was involved, you feel like you need to shout out, and just what the journey was to get that on the theater.
So I got a call about a movie from a guy. His name's Juan Pablo. He's the director, the writer of Salt Life. He stars in it. Man, this dude, entrepreneur, all around star, man. He put together a plan. He called me, and me and Josie Da Vinci, we just got to it, man. It's our first movie ever. We couldn't really, you know, we ain't gonna turn it down. We're gonna make it happen. So the process was crazy. It was more like it was the first time for all of us really shooting the movie, and we had to like really take it really serious. And I had to take it extra serious because, you know, this is the first one. And so the process was crazy. We got it finished. So it started with the deposit. You know, he gave us a deposit for X amount of dollars. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but it was bigger than anything I have ever, you know, booked. So we did that. We start getting together and shooting. He booked Tokyo Jets to star in the movie, and that was crazy on its own. And so we finished everything up. It took a while, man. It only took about 18 shooting days, which is probably still a lot, but it was spaced out in about a few months. Okay. And then the editing, man, I took forever to edit. When I edited the movie, I lost everything, and the release date was like in a week. I lost everything. Yeah, man, my system crashed, and I lost everything, and I had to start it all over. But it wasn't as bad as it seemed, because since I've been editing so much, I knew where everything went. Yeah. So it wasn't as bad as it seemed, but it was definitely a nerve-wracking experience. So upon release of the movie, I was actually in Texas. I couldn't make it. They had a theatrical release at the Cobb Theater, and he sold out. I believe he sold out all his tickets, and he had his release. After the release, he put it on YouTube. The thing hit like 1 million views in like I don't know, probably like 2 months. That's crazy. And so shout out to Juan Pablo. He showed me the ropes of how to do a regional premiere. And a regional premiere is, you know, when you rent out a theater and you have a premiere for your film in your little city or wherever, you know, your county. And so that did his thing. And then actually he had to take the movie off of YouTube and basically abandon the whole project because of legal issues with Salt Life.
The clothing brand or what?
Yeah, Salt Life, like with the letters, Salt Life, like the crazy letters and the beach stuff. Yeah, he got a lawsuit, man. Yeah.
Damn.
So he had to take it down. Yeah, he had to take it down. You can't even find Salt Life anymore. So, but one thing that came out of that for sure, I know for sure, is that he made a big name for himself.
Yeah, no doubt. That was like I said, I was still in the military when it came out and everything. When I found it, like I heard everybody talking about it, but I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. Then I found it on YouTube and I watched it and I was like, yo, these niggas did that shit because I just appreciated it felt like home, but it felt like y'all took it serious though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure, I appreciate that.
And I wanted to touch on that because you said, all right, so first of all, Juan hit you guys up. Did he have the script already written and it was polished and ready to go?
He had everything ready. He was above me. He was on some stuff I wasn't even ready for, man. He sent me a script. I'm like, what is this? He's like, yeah, read it. I lied to him, told him I read it all. I didn't even read it. I just knew. I was so excited, man. I couldn't read it all. Like he told me what the idea was, and I was like, man, this guy has a really good idea. Like the idea for the movie was so good. Like I felt like I didn't need to read it because the way he described it, I could see the whole movie in my head. So I lied to him. I didn't really read it, and then until like the day of or like the day before, me and Jody, we were like sat down and we were reading it a little bit, and man, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was just saying, no, we're from the same area, and I never even met this dude.
Yeah, that is crazy, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to touch on the seriousness though of it, because I know how it is, like especially when you're doing business. All right, so let's separate two things. Let's separate hobbies and business, like because anybody saying they're shooting a film or whatever, you go to your homeboys and present it, them niggas gonna think it's play time for the most part. I've at least had trouble getting my homies to do business. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to touch on how was it, or was there any struggles or difficulties with getting the rest of the cast and everybody that was involved in it, including the actors, to take it serious? How did that come about?
For one, me and Jody's we were serious as a heart attack. We had to be serious because we don't really know this guy. We know he's it's all love, but it's business. He got money on the line. This is real. You know what I mean? He's on a tight budget and he's making sure everything's going right. So we didn't have no room for error. On his end with this cast and everyone, they're really pretty good. Really good, really cooperative. It's just maybe like a hiccup or two with like scheduling, but it was never like, hey, everybody need to be quiet. Like it was never that bad. You know, it's like everyone was kind of on board. Yeah, so that wasn't a bad experience with the seriousness. I would say it was a serious project. He knew who he had involved in it, so that would reflect his budget as far as location and sets go, or how many sets we do.
Word.
So it was executed pretty well on his end.
That's dope, man. And I love the
I want to say, me and Juan, we bumped heads a lot.
Yeah, talk about that.
It wasn't just smiles and handshakes and all right, cut. It was not that. It was a lot of bumping heads business wise. He's a very strict businessman, and he's very smart, and he's always like constant. He's very stubborn. He's very stubborn, and man, it was hard. It was hard for a while. And then I just realized who I'm working with, and like, man, this guy is he's a really good guy. But
so was it on some like you were trying to take it in a certain direction that he wasn't really fucking with?
No, it wasn't even that, man. It was more so. I can't even explain. Like it's crazy. I can't even describe it, but just the type of businessman he is it's so how do I put it, like cut. It's like so cut. It's like so like and I'm more of a I'm not too big on that. I'm more on a like I don't know how to put it, man. I'm just once the money's spent, we got things going this way or that way. I feel like I am like that, but he's more cut than I am. So it was pretty tough. Not gonna lie.
So he was kind of like he wanted it done his way right now. Period.
It was like Suge Knight. For real, it was like being on death row for real.
Hey, it got the job done though.
Yeah, we did, and it was cool. It was love. At the end of the day, we I feel like honestly, I didn't give him the credit he deserved at the end of the day, and I was very kind of scared of the project itself because we were on a certain budget, and I wasn't that confident in the material that we did, and so I kind of shied away from the moment, and I didn't promote the film as much, which that didn't stop him at all, which I'm really glad, and I do often think about it, and I feel some kind of regret, that I didn't take pride in that film as much as I should have.
Hey, that's a good learning lesson though, and it's great that you're aware of it. I thought the movie was real good, bro. I was proud to show all my niggas that weren't from Daytona when I was in the military that shit, because I loved how you guys implemented the music. It was all Daytona.
Yeah.
It was all Daytona, bro, and it was dope, man. It was a dope ass movie.
Now let me ask you this: so we talked about the things we liked so much. What is something you didn't like about it?
Something I didn't like about the movie?
Yep.
So all right, so I'm big into empowering our people, and I feel like though it was dope, in my lifetime I had enough hood movies, hood stories of niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's my only critique, bro.
I feel you, man. I never heard nobody say that, and I wonder why I'm not so tuned into hood movies no more. Because shit, nigga been in the hood so long. Like,
yeah, and just being around that, bro. How we used to idolize that shit, Menace to Society, all that. If I never see another hood movie, I seen them all. I seen every story. So that's the only thing. That would be my only critique on it, bro. For real.
Yeah, that's real. I really like that because, man, as an artist, man, we're trying to create to get out of here, man. We're not trying to keep recreating the same atmosphere that we struggled and been depressed and oppressed in. Yeah, suppressed.
Yeah, but it was still a dope movie. It was funny. It had all the elements. Like, I liked the acting on it. I liked the comedic releases throughout the movie. Like, there was a scene where in the very beginning where I think it was Juan. He was like, "What we smoking on?" He was like, "This some of that Bahamian." No, this from around the corner. Yeah. Like that type of shit. Like, yeah. That I appreciated the movie, bro. As an overall project, I really did. I watched it a couple times. I ain't even gonna lie.
And that's real. You want to know something crazy? All of that stuff, all those words, they're all freestyles.
Now, see, that's dope, and I believe it. I believe it too. That shit, cause
that's something he should probably say too. But it's crazy because everything was freestyle. I was like, all right, let's talk about this. All right, on this scene, you're gonna talk about this, talk about that. So I had kind of an outline, but really, he just let them do their thing. He just let them freestyle on the topic, and man.
For sure, I was gonna ask, who was that was playing the dude that was serving everybody?
Who was playing the dude that was serving everybody? Bank Elo. He's a rapper.
No, not Bank Elo. The dude that was serving weed to everybody. In the beginning, the one that was like, this shit really...
Oh, that's Kurt. Yeah, that's Kurt from the Creek. That's Kurt from the Creek.
He did his thing, bro. He did his thing, for real.
He really did. He rose to the occasion, no doubt. Definitely rose to the occasion. He made a mark in that movie. He made a mark on people, for real.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that nigga stood out for some reason. I don't know why, but... Yeah.
He did, man. He had a great role.
I wanted to ask you about your second film, which was The Other Side of the Bridge, which is a documentary kind of highlighting things that go on in Daytona Beach. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, where did the idea or the inspiration come from to film that? And then what was it like filming that?
Man, I got the idea from Skibo, and which is an artist from Daytona Beach, and Cody Berry, who was my partner at the time. They were in Daytona. I was in Texas, and we were launching the whole 100,000 Arts pretty soon. and they were discussing the documentary Daytona Beach, and somehow we came up with the other side of the bridge. I'm not really sure who did actually pinpoint who coined the name, but so they gave me the idea to do it, and time went on, and I just started carrying my camera everywhere around Daytona when I went back, and just started filming stuff in the hood pretty much, and then just trying to make it happen, and so that's how that came about. What was the second question?
I was just asking, like, what was it like, sort of filming all that stuff?
What it was like filming it. It was easy to say the least, because it's just everyday life in Daytona on the other side of the bridge.
Right.
So when I would just pull up on certain people that I knew, certain areas, pretty much all the areas across the bridge, which is north, south side, the west side, etc. And we would. It was pretty easy, man. It was pretty fun, and then we started getting certain interviews from people like the mayor. That was really fun, and it was a pretty good experience, and I'm still not done with it, honestly. And
that's dope, man.
This podcast will be the first to know that actually it's supposed to come out on YouTube July 11th.
July 11th. I seen it. I think on IG. I saw you posted.
We're actually going to be postponing it because it's just not up to our standards, really. So.
Okay. Nigga kind of pissed, but okay. No, I saw it, man. So, I was at the premiere of it. I was definitely at that one, and I thought it was dope. I wanted to ask you, though, you said you got the interview from the mayor. What was it like talking to Mr. Henry?
It was pretty cool, man. He was, he's a pretty good guy, old fashioned. So a lot of the things that we don't really have too much in common on that. No, as far as culture goes, his culture is more old fashioned, and he's not really condoning the new culture, I feel like, very well. Yeah, so it was good, but at the same time, there's a big disconnect there, and I think with the documentary, it'll help us bridge the gap a little more and see how much of a difference there is.
That's true, man, because no matter how much that people want to ignore that side of every inner city, it still exists. And like I said, like I had mentioned that interview that you did on that radio station right before the movie dropped, you were saying how, you might look at this person that got all these gold teeth and tattoos and no jobs, but you don't even know this nigga's raising money to feed the homeless. Like, people are judging people before they get to know them. And I like how you highlight that and show the good in even the people that society may overlook or already write off as, because of that image that they fit into this category, when that's a lot of times far from the truth.
Right, man. Yeah, but it's something tough that we're all working towards. Well, not everybody, but the ones that are working hard towards to change the narrative on that.
No doubt, man. Now, did you, because I remember you had posted something a while ago, and maybe it was pertaining to Salt Life, but I thought that you had lost the hard drive that had a lot of footage of the documentary.
That was for the documentary on the other side of the bridge, man. I ended up carrying my laptop in my hand with the hard drive on the laptop, and it slipped out of my hand, and the hard drive dropped, cracked. I ended up losing damn near everything. Had to pay about $1,600 to get all this footage back. Got the footage back, and man, I just couldn't let these people down. I just couldn't let everyone's legacy just go away like that.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, because I remember when that happened, and I was thinking, like, I was one of them people that was like, damn, nah, bro, you got to finish that shit, because niggas was looking forward to it. So what was the mindset? Because now that it's all said and done, you got the money to fix the hard drive and get the footage back. But in that moment when you were unsure, like, fuck, it's a wrap, what kind of kept you? Well, you said it was the people, but what was there something else, like that mindset that kept you going and deciding to follow through with it? Because that's just like another hurdle,
Yeah, it was man, a lot of that stuff came from Facebook, man. Like when I made the post about me losing the documentary footage, a lot of people on there were just very supportive of me, taking action, just not giving up, man, and making it happen. And because I was so defeated after that happened, I was hurt. And I was just like, yeah, it's not going to happen anymore. I'm sorry I let everybody down. And they're like, hell no, like, you got to do this. Like, how much is it? Find out how much it is. Like, I started to GoFundMe. I think I raised maybe about $400, $500 or something like that. And, you know, I'm more than grateful for that. You know what I mean? And what kept me going, man, is probably the people at that time, man, just people that were, you know, anticipating this documentary. And to this day, that same force got me postponing the release and ripping it apart and starting it over and trying to dig deeper into the city with the documentary, man. Just really trying to make it as monumental as possible, because once it's up, it's over.
Nice.
Ain't no going back.
Yeah, and I think it's already monumental. Like, all right. Well, first, let me ask you, what did you think of the turnout as far as people that showed up, and then what did you think of the final product?
Ooh, I'm glad you asked that. So the turnout, man, there was I charged $50 a ticket, which I do believe that definitely impacted the amount of people that filled the seats. But it's just something that I kind of had to do, like as far as I'm not sure. I guess equity. I just really hold it to a certain value that, hey, these people are the only ones that are going to see this for a long time. And you know, I just really wanted to just see, you know, I really just wanted it to hold its value, and I feel like it did. So the turnout, it was probably about half theater full, like half empty. So I look at it as half full. So the turnout, man, I was grateful for it. But after the movie, I feel like since I sat and watched it, and I sat in the back row and I watched everyone's reaction, I felt like I let a lot of people down, and more importantly, I let myself down. And you know, Jody, he helped me so much with his documentary. He shot so much good footage. I feel like I let him down at that point. I felt the way that I never really talked about, and I didn't want to, you know, draw that type of attention to the film. I just wanted to, you know, kind of take it for what it was, man. It really had me hurt for a while, like for a day or two. Man, I don't get depressed for long, but I was really depressed for like a day or two after that. And I was kind of lost. I was kind of like, man, am I in over my head? Is this just all a part of the process? Do you have to take these type of L's? And I took that L to the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did an interview the day before. I was feeling all hyped up. I was like, man, this shit, it ain't sold out, but you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't even care who shows up. And I lied. Like, I really cared. You know, I found out the hard how much I cared. You know what I mean? And just the people that was in there, man, I don't know who all was in there. I would love for them to write me and be like, hey, I was in there for the premiere, just so I know. You know what I mean? Because that is a moment right there. And those people that were there, even the ones who wanted to be there, they're appreciated just as well. But the ones that was in there, man, I still can't let them down to this day. The ones that paid their money and they came to see that, if they were let down, or even if they liked it, I needed to do what it needs to do so they could say, man, I came to see that first. I was like, man, I seen that first. I was like the first 50 people to see this thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, facts,
like,
bro.
Yeah, man, just want to go hard for the people that went hard for me.
Yeah, well, you know, I ran into some people at the premiere of the movie that I hadn't seen since like middle school and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was dope to see that type of support for you. You know, for someone who's one of us. You know what I mean? Doing this thing. But I want to ask you, why do you feel like it was not a success? Was it because of the numbers that it drew, or was there something in the film, or what was it?
I would say the reaction. Since I'm sitting in the. I rushed it, man. It was really rushed, and I feel like I've been working on it for so many years and having so many problems. I'm just ready to, you know, put it behind me and move on with my life. But at the same time, I had to realize that this is not something that you just need to put behind you and move on with your life. Like, this could very well be it. You know what I mean? Once it's perfected and carried out the right way, this might be it. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no need to rush this right here, because that's how you feel about your city. You want to rush, you know what I mean? You want to rush the only project that's representing your city, like, for sure, like, all the way through. So I had to look at it like that, and I felt that way because the reaction I got from the backseat, from myself and from everyone else. I mean, I've seen some people laugh, you know, here and there, and, you know, they were interested for sure because they paid $50 to come see it. You know what I mean? And I promoted it pretty well, I feel like. I just felt let down. I felt like I let myself down, and I just looked at the finished product, and I was like, man, now that I'm looking at it through the viewer's eyes, I'm not satisfied with it, and I don't expect anyone else to be. And I appreciate the encouragement and stuff, but I couldn't accept any compliments or any encouragement at the time, because I know what I felt, and I know what I need. What I need to hear is not what people are going to tell me. And some people did. You know what I mean? You know, or maybe, you know what I mean? Some that liked it, they liked it. But I know I needed to hear some negative. I needed it because this is bigger than me. You get what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
This isn't me doing the art of betrayal or the art of something that's just my personal project. This is like, I'm dragging us all into this. So if we get negative comments, I'm the face of that. You know what I mean? Me and Jody, we laugh and stop at that point. You know what I mean? And we can't let us go out like that. So that's why it's being postponed from its release on YouTube. And I'm going back to Daytona. We're gonna finish this thing. We're gonna do it right all the way through towards monumental. Can't be never to be attempted twice.
So, what do you think? Was there something missing? Was there something you could have shown? What? Yeah.
For one, there's so much missing. The audio alone. This was shot at a time where I was just starting up until now, basically. So I've been filming this for a few years, just stuff going on in the city over and over. And so the audio, man, I had no audio at the time. I was weak audio, very, very bad quality. And that's so big in video. Your audio is half the video. That's one thing. Another thing was missing a lot of historical information about Daytona Beach. Even though I wanted to pinpoint the other side of the bridge because for some reason I just feel like everyone knows everything else about Daytona. They really don't. And if we're going to present this to the world, we're going to present our side of the bridge to the world, we need to include the historical background of Daytona Beach and also the tourist attractions. I need to go a little deeper into that. It really needs to be like a movie instead of like a little 35, 40 minute short, like hood, same thing, hood film. We all in the hood, you know what I mean? It don't need to just protect, it don't need to just light up our eyes, the people that's from the hood. We need to reach the other part too, so that's why it needs to go deeper.
Okay, so let me chime in on that, a few things. So one, I had spoken, I don't remember who it was, but after the movie, I had a friend. She was at the premiere too, and I think I hit her up and I asked her, you know, what did she think of it? And she said that she thought it was cool, but she felt that it left out like the people that ain't trapping in the hood, but you know what I'm saying, the other people that like there's more people, kind of like exactly what you're saying, that weren't kind of highlighted in the film. Like it was kind of like almost like a dope boy biopic or some shit like that. That's kind of what she said. Now I think it was great. I liked it. I liked a lot of the first of all, you had Rail Black kind of doing his thing on it. I thought that was dope. I thought showing the different sides, because even though Daytona is so small, as long as I can remember, like 6th grade, even Palm Terrace days, niggas was kind of serious about them sides of town. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whether it was just a street that separated it or not. You know what I mean? So I like that you highlighted that. And then damn, there was something else I was gonna say. I think I lost it. But
yeah, you were saying about things that you did. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I remember. I'd hit you up once yours was about to drop, and I was like, "Bro, this shit is super dope. I'm super intrigued. I'm gonna be there." Da 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 da. But I think I asked you. I was like, "Yo, what's the message you were trying to send with it?" And you remember that?
Yeah, I told you. I basically told you. Basically, I want everyone to draw their own opinion, huh?
Yeah, you did. You did say that. Yep.
Yeah, and that's true. I do.
Yeah.
But then I look back on it, Alex, man. I say, man, I needed all this needed to happen so I can know that I'm not taking care of home right now. I'm trying to get over this so I can go do my thing in the world, when really I really need to take care of home, because home is taking care of me, and I can't deny that, and I will not let this city down. Like how you say you liked it, you really liked it. We're going to change that to love it. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
A month.
Yeah.
Like, I pay attention to stuff like that. I'm not looking for people to just throw me criticism, but I find the criticism through certain words. Like, man, I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm looking for you know what I'm saying? I'll find what I need to find. I don't have to go looking for it. It ain't far. So
yeah, definitely.
I really appreciate the support, bro. And honestly, the fact that you came personally, it really stood out so much to me because I know you were coming from out of town, and I knew like you were so persistent about getting your ticket. You said one thing, and then you acted on it, and then, man, you really stood out to me a lot because like you were really checking for it, and then you were like, hey, like I'm here, I'm in town, where's my ticket type shit. Like how do I get my ticket? I paid cash out.
Yeah, I was serious. I was serious about getting that shit.
I'll never forget that.
No doubt,
I'll
bro.
never forget.
Yeah,
bro. That's yeah, and that alone, bro. Just come on, man. Like got somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I liked it. Ain't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it was dope though, bro. Don't get me wrong, but I do like what you're saying, and I'm looking forward to seeing the final product of it. One thing I was gonna say though that I would have liked to see, everyone is attracted and fascinated with the fast life and sort of the images that you provided throughout the film, because it's stuff that if you're not in the know of what the fuck is going on in the streets, you're not gonna know because you have no business. So you taking the camera, you and Jodeci taking the camera in there, right, is giving all the outsiders an inside look as to what the fuck be going on. But what I would have liked to see was, you show that, but then you also show the reasons why our brothers and sisters are trapped in that lifestyle and that mindset. And when there was a scene of when the two crackheads was fighting over like the stem or whatever that was on the Ave. It's like that to the mayor is like the lowest level to like what some may consider like the highest level of the city, but we're all connected. You know what I'm saying? In some way, we're all connected. Because before them people was crackheads, they might have been on the corner selling dope. They might have been doing whatever. And I think it would have been a better takeaway for our youth and for other people to see, like you show that shit. You don't necessarily glorify it, but you show it raw how it is. But then you talk about some of the reasons why. What are we lacking that so much of our high school peers are still stuck in that game? And it's just a matter. It's just like a stopwatch or it's just a ticking time bomb before it goes one way or the other. And we all know the end story to that shit.
I needed this so bad. I'm gonna write all this down. I needed this so bad, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt, bro, for sure. But again, I love the picture. I love what you did. You're the first one to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think you did do it the right way. And I think you're on the right track of like picking up where you left off and just making that shit a more complete body that's really gonna leave a impact on the city and those that are looking up to you. Because you got people looking at you, bro. I'm one of them for sure.
Man, I really appreciate it, man. And it's so humbling because let me tell you, Alex, I'm sitting here in my trailer. You know what a travel trailer is?
Like a RV home type thing?
Yeah, it's like an RV, but it ain't got a motor in it. You hook it on the back of a truck. And you take it anywhere. That's where I live. That's where I've been for the past 6-7 years, whatever. I've been living in one of these for a long time.
Right.
And I get this interview with you on your podcast, and it's little stuff like this that makes me feel. Sometimes, man, it's like, man, do I even deserve to talk on these things? Because I don't have this big house, and I don't have a nice car, and I don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? I don't know what people think of me because they see my quality of work, and they're like, man, this nigga must be rich. I don't have these things, and I don't know how many people know this. I'm just sitting in my trailer right now, and I'm content. You know what I'm saying? I love what I got, and I appreciate what I have. But what I'm saying is like, I need people to know these things. Like, I don't want to broadcast my living, the way I'm living and stuff, and I don't like people in my business like that, but for people who are on your podcast, they deserve to know that we chasing these dreams with it don't matter your conditions. Like that stuff don't make and break you at the end of the day.
For sure,
We still getting interviewed from the podcast. We still getting interviewed from the radio station because they're not worried about how much money and this and that you got. They're worried about your passion. They say, man,
man.
That's the body of work that you created. And I hope this is a message to you too, because wherever you're doing this from, whatever structure you in right now, and you're doing your podcast from, man, J. Cole them, they started out in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Like just like everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, bro. So sometimes it gets tough. It's wear and tear on you because it's like, man, people, you really believe in me, man. Like, you really called me for this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's like, bro.
Yeah, it's like you're basically saying like, the way, I'm saying like, yo, I look up to you, I fuck with you, I'm really proud of you, you're motivating me. You're like, damn, I should be. You are, just because you're in the situation that you're at now, you know what I'm saying? That's just a stepping stone as to where you're going to be, and it's the shit that we're talking about is the reason why you're going to be there, and that's the shit that I see your real fans see. You know what I'm saying? The people that believe in you, we already see it, even though you might not be there, even though I might not be there or whatever. But this is the shit that's gonna propel us to get us to that level that we deserve, bro. So I definitely see it in you, bro. And again, bro, salute. Thank you for coming on. We ain't done just yet. I wanted to touch on a few more things. So one thing that I've noticed with you, bro, just from your interviews, even your video that you made today or yesterday when you were kind of letting artists know to fish in different ponds to catch more fish. I always see that you're trying and you're doing your part to put other people in a position to win. Can you talk about why that's so important to you? Why you have such a focus on that?
Man, to be honest with you, I'm glad you asked that question, man, because I do not know. I just feel like everyone is so greedy. And I know because the only way you could point something out is if you have those characteristics or if you've been that type of person before. And I know because I've been that person who won't tell you what type of camera I shoot with. I'll tell you a whole nother brand of camera that's cheap. You know what I mean? I've been that scared before. I've been that scared that was not. And then one time, his name is Carl Spikes, man, Mr. Hello Promotions. Man, he told me, he said, what's for you is for you. It was like, gonna be, basically like that shit stuck in my head. And it's true, man. We got to start sharing these jewels so we can say we did our part, so you could feel like you deserve to be where you at, regardless of the information that you held back, or that you gave out, or that you chose to hold back. Man, that stuff separates who's destined versus who is basically trying to alter their destiny, alter their fate. They're almost playing with God's plans, and I feel like me giving that information out about marketing, this is stuff that I learned through experience, and I shot several videos with different artists on way different levels. We're talking from the top to the very, 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 very beginning. We ain't gonna say the bottom. We're gonna say the beginning to the top. So I shot with different artists at different levels, and I'm gaining all this knowledge. It's not going to steal anything from me by giving you the knowledge that, hey, you don't need to book another video with me right now. You need to focus on that one that you got from a year ago that's a hit, and you need to promote that more, man. Like, it's like, the whole point is we're supposed to want to see each other win. I don't care who you shot with, who you take with you. I want to see you win regardless. And it's just, if you give it, it'll come back. That's really what I feel like. That's not the driving force of me, sharing helpful knowledge. But I feel like putting other people in position to win, that helps you live forever, man. You don't want to just win and die a selfish man. You know what I mean? You want a partner that's underneath you. Alex, when you put someone on with your podcast, once you get to a comfortable spot where you say, all right, now I need my buddy here and you too. Like, I need a team, man. This is it. I can't do all this by myself. You got to find somebody that you trust to put on, so you can lay back at the end of the day and say, man, I really made an impact in somebody's life. Joe Da Vinci, put him in that position, and he put himself, and he rose to the occasion. You could put whoever in a position, but if they don't rise to that occasion, like we spoke on earlier, man, it's a lost cause.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I think you being able to recognize that just speaks to your growth as an individual, because I think that it's a very immature and sort of, it shows that someone's in a very like an infancy stage of their journey of their success if they choose to mislead someone or withhold information in fear of it negatively affecting their own clientele or whatever like that. But I think a lot of people are guilty of that, because what I do, like this podcast thing is very new to me. But what I really am into is real estate investing, and there's different things that you can learn or use to kind of automate your business, and you can choose to share information that helps others, or you can withhold it in fear of if they get it they're going to do better than you, but that's totally false. And Derek Grace, he's a dude from Tampa, I don't know if you know him, he's the one who created the board game or whatever. He preaches group economics. So if I'm helping you get your bag up and you're helping them, when one of us falls, we got each other to lift us up. It's not fun if only one person in the crew is rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's not. It's not. As a matter of fact, they're preying on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. So that's awesome, bro.
Like, a way, honestly, I feel like it's a way to get those demons off your back. So whatever bad you've done or whatever, you have to cleanse yourself, man. You gotta help people, because it's like, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I know I done did and said things that are, make me look like this person, that person. But then I'm gonna show you who I am as well. Don't I'm still a person at the end of the day, and I want to see people win. Don't get it twisted. I'm just like y'all. I'm sitting in my trailer while y'all sitting in your two-story house, and driving your fancy cars and having all that money. Me, I don't have these things, but you know what I mean. And what I can share with you is ways that I can still want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely, man.
It's like a way to it's cleansing. It's real cleansing, man, because the world don't have that often. That's why when you see people give helpful advice like that and it's passionate, it goes so far because it's so rare. People don't really see people doing that, man, and it's not taking anything from you to do that. It's not taking nothing from you.
Nothing, man. It's going to make you feel better, and like you said, it's going to come back around to you. For sure. Yep. So before we move into, I got this thing at the end of my show, bro. It's called the 5 for 5 rapid fire questions. I ask you 5 questions and you just kind of answer them truthfully and honest. It goes pretty quick. But before I get into that, man, what can the people that are listening expect from you and the 100,000 Arts team coming up for this second half of the year, this crazy ass 2020 that we got going on?
We're going to start the rapid right now. And I'm going to start by saying, expect the unexpected.
Nice. Expect the unexpected. Okay. I'm fucking with it. All right. So we're going to move into question 1. All right. What do you think the city that you're from needs more of in order for young people to start believing in themselves and work towards their dream?
We need more dope boys to step up to the plate. Bottom line.
Meaning what, bro?
Meaning that we need these dope boys, like dope, real ones, like not just the rappers, like the dope boys, man. We need them. We need them throwing barbecues in the hood. We need them throwing, these little conventions, funding them, not making a dime off of them, but feeling good at the end of the day, knowing that they're helping their community. No matter if they pump the money off the streets illegally, knowing that they're providing these platforms for these kids to come. And they don't got to know who's behind it, or they could know. You know what I'm saying? But the dope boys, they got a special gift. They got a special gift. They got a real special gift. They get to touch the kids at the bottom that nobody can reach, that your athlete can't reach. The dope boy can bring the athlete here and make you want to be like the athlete, even though he don't want to be like the athlete. The dope boy can highlight Real Black. He can bring Real Black to talk. Hey, if the dope boy's sitting in a chair, you feel me? And they sitting up, the kids want to be like them. They right here learning the game with them. And I feel like the dope boys possess a real special power. And I've never said this before until now, and I'm glad you asked me that so I can realize this. But dope boys are so powerful, man. We got to stop looking at them like they bad. They ain't bad. They just need to do more good. Bottom line, by our community, they need to do more good. They ain't bad. The dope boys have a power that nobody has.
Like some of your hardest hustling, slick, wittiest, fucking disciplined people be in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So imagine if you apply that same mindset to something good. That's power beyond belief, bro. You can't even describe the type of good and the type of the shit that could come from that. So I definitely I like that answer, bro.
Man, they could reach the unreachable, man. I'm telling you, man. Like the unreachable and damn near unteachable. The dope boys can reach them and teach them and guide them, man, in certain direction. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're not leading by example, literally, they don't have to lead by example. They really can highlight certain people and make them the center of attention to where it's gonna have a like a snowball effect. You know, it's like an avalanche, man. You're gonna wanna tune into this podcast because all the dope boys listen to this podcast.
For sure. Exactly, bro. All right, so question 2, man. What are your top 3 keys for success?
Top 3 keys for success? And you got some good questions. Top 3 keys for success. 1, don't get burnt out. That's number 1.
Okay.
Do not get burnt out on your passion, whatever it is. Whatever it is. People blowing you up for your podcast interviews over and over and over, and you know you're doing it for the money at one point in time, or you're just doing it for if you're just trying to please people, but you know your heart ain't in it, decline them. Do not burn yourself out. You want your most positive, passionate interviews. Same thing with film. So boom. Number 1 is do never get burnt out. Do not get burnt out. Number 2 is don't get burnt out again. For real. It's so serious. If you get burnt out, you're done. And for 3, I would say realize that there's something way more. I feel like success is we relate success with material things. That has to stop. Number 3 is the key for success. My 3rd key for success is not material. Not material. It's very internal. It's happiness. If you've ever experienced happiness, the more and more you can be happy, that is really what success is. We're talking the journey. So appreciating the journey.
That's powerful, man. All right.
Don't get back and appreciate the journey. The journey is a treasure, and that's success for you. Key to success.
That burnt out shit is real though, because for the last 2 days, man, no, seriously, for the last 2 days, I've decided not to do any work. Like I don't work a job anymore. I strictly do real estate investing 100%. But I had a contract fall through that I was really hoping to get, and it was in Fort Lauderdale, and I kept going back and forth from Daytona to Fort Lauderdale the past week, just to not get the shit. The shit didn't go through. And I was like super tired because all the work that I've been putting in with that and other deals that I'm working on, that the last 2 days, bro, and this is the 2nd day, I didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? I just went to the beach with my daughter and my girl, and just been relaxed. I ain't think about real estate. And it's very true, because if you get burnt out, bro, you're gonna lose the passion that drives you. So you gotta know when to take your foot off the gas. Everybody say, work forever, whatever, go hard, no sleep. Fuck that. Take care of yourself.
Not true. Yeah, it's not true. If your mind wrecks out, you're done with.
You're done.
You're done with.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be done with.
I like that. All right. So question 3, man. Who is your favorite artist to work with?
Favorite artist to work with?
Yep, your favorite artist to work with. Maybe like every time they hit you up for a video, they got a dope ass idea, or they always got their shit together. Just somebody you feed off of.
Oh man, honestly, man, it's crazy because honestly, I don't even think I have one, man. Like, because I just never. I don't know. I feel like I don't. I would have said his or her name by now. I don't have a favorite artist to work with.
Okay, well, who are? All right, all right, that's fair. Okay.
No. We could. I would say who you. We could. I ain't scared to say favorites now. Like.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna get to that. I like that. You didn't have a favorite artist to work with. Okay. Let's go on to number 4. What's your most meaningful or music video that you've done? Whatever it just stands out for you. What's a music video?
Anything that says the art of. They're my closest projects to my heart. I feel like the art of life, the art of love, the art of betrayal, the art of settling. These are my most meaningful. I would say they're kind of like diaries in a way. And
nice.
They're projects that I put together myself for my budget, directed by me, and they're just really close. They're definitely the most meaningful. When I die someday, I want everyone to go back and really look at those and pay attention to them, and pretty much get what they get out of it.
Okay. And I wanted to actually touch on that in the earlier part of the interview. How important was it? Because when I look at the art of betrayal and I look at the other art ofs, I noticed that it seems like you're digging more in your creative bag than your typical like rapper video. How important is it for you to always be kind of like doing something new or trying different things out and testing them out and putting
Alex,
together?
I'm not gonna lie. The deeper you get into this game, that becomes the most important thing. Is beating yourself. Is beating the last and putting out something fresh and trying something new. That becomes the most important thing because that's growth. Anything other than that, your work looks the same. If my work isn't growing, if I stay in this trailer for the rest of my life, I'm fine with that as long as my work is growing. You can tell I'm getting better. I know that I'm money in the bank. I know that.
Yeah, man, because when I watch The Art of Betrayal, I'm like, man, this is something I've never seen my boy do. Like, I'm seeing him going, nah, for real. I'm like, bruh is trying new things and it was working. I'm like, that was a dope story.
Yes, man.
Nah, that's real, though.
It's deep, man, and I really appreciate it. I'm glad you feel that way about that.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. All right, so question 5, bro. I was really interested in asking you this question, bro. Top 5 artists from Daytona.
Big Steve, number 1.
Big Steve, number 1.
Talk Boy, Rod Bud.
Okay, that's number 2.
Yeah, that's number 2. Let's see, 1, 2. Man, who comes up next after that? It's hard. This is really hard. Dre Neal.
Dre Neal, number 3.
Neal. Yep, that's 3. 4. This is tough. This is tough because I feel like we're not, this isn't current, right? This is like of all all time. Or are we talking just current? Who's on fire? Top 5 right now. My top 5 favorites.
We can do just shit, mix them in. Just top 5, bro. Top 5.
Okay.
These who you got to represent Daytona.
So far, I say Big Steve, Talk Boy, Rod Bud,
Dre Neal.
Man, this is really hard. Damn, that nigga said 5. You couldn't do 3.
Gotta put 5. Gotta have a starting 5.
Yeah.
You taking them out of town with you to represent where you from.
Ooh. Chase, though, his name Cheese Santana. That boy be sliding.
Okay.
That's 4. Who else? Take him out of town to represent, showing that we going ham. Let's see. Who else got it like that? I mean, like that. Damn. Lil Wavy.
I was wondering. I knew Wavy.
You know who I'm talking
Man,
about.
come on. I knew either Wavy or Skibo was gonna be on your list, bro, for sure.
Yeah, I had Skibo at the tip of my tongue, man.
That's dope, bro.
You know where I'm going with it.
Already, bro, and I'm fucking with that 5. Let me give you my 5 though, bro. This is my 5.
Please do.
So number 1 at the top of the list, I'm not even gonna lie, Crown. Shop open. I'm fucking with Crown. I'm taking Crown with me. Number 1. Number 2, I'm taking Big Steve, because that nigga just got that whatever. He got the same thing Kodak had, just that it factor. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, I'm gonna take Wavy. Number 4, I'm gonna take MGQ, because that nigga be snapping.
Oh yeah.
That nigga got some bars, bro. That nigga be saying some shit, bro. I'm gonna take MGQ, and then number 5, I'm taking Ski, bro. I'm taking Ski because
For sure.
Heavy as fuck, bro. That would be my top 5 right there.
Man, that's real. Bro, you can't lose. I feel like my 5 versus your 5. It's just, we can't lose.
It's all Daytona, bro. So, but yeah. Major shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you coming on the podcast with me, man. For everybody that's listening, that this is their first time hearing about you, where can they find you at, bro?
Man, you can. I'm Jared Thompson on Facebook. I'm probably maxed out on there. 100,000 Arts is my Facebook page. 100,000 Arts is my Instagram. It has no comma on it. You can find Jodeci Da Vinci at Jodeci Da Vinci, JODECIDEVINCHY. That's kind of like an extended partner of mine. I would say, pretty much Facebook and Instagram. Holler at me. YouTube, 100,000 Arts, and then that's about it.
For sure, man. Well, listen, y'all. It's been a great interview. Like I said, man, it's my guy right here. I was very honored to have him on. I hope y'all enjoyed. This one's been another show by yours truly. Y'all keep tuning in with me, man. I'm bringing you these type of interviews all the time, this type of content, people that are really out here making their work known, really gambling on themselves, rolling the dice, and they're not coming up short. So shouts out to you. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Jared, it's been a pleasure, bro.
Real talk, man. I really appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, bro.
I got that dope as if I just jumped off the boat with Tony. This shit right here, you take too much, might end up overdosing. This that real, this that fuck, how you feel. This that vibe, this that chill, this that ill power love. 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 This that ill power. I don't even trust myself as much as I trust both my brodies. Had some friends I once considered close, but they was phony. Staring at you while you eating, they be so hungry. Thinking that it's tortellini when it's rigatoni. Me and Alejandro used to roll like Craig and Smokey. Now we got game like I was Microsoft and he was Sony. I got this flow from Donnie's dope. He was the one who showed me how to stand on both feet and shoot the J like Kobe. When I be kicking it, the block it need a soccer goalie. Still ballin' like Tupac and Trick and shoulda got a trophy. Now I'm eating sushi, used to be bread and